doing that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Here's a place that we talk about disability inclusion to spread awareness and make the world just a little bit brighter. My name is Janelle, and today I'm wearing a navy blue shirt with my old job's logo on the side, and I'm here in my room. Earlier in the frame, my dog was just chilling on my bed, but he's since jumped down. Today, I want to talk about two really great resources I found regarding accommodations for school and for work. Okay, so the first website that has wonderful, wonderful tips, resources, and supports for accommodations specifically related to school is understood.org. This is a nonprofit organization, and they have a lot of great information. So I will show you. Super simple. The point of the website is that no matter who you are understood. And you go down to the section that says, how can I help? Or how can we help? You get to click and customize your experience. So you click I am. You get to select your role. So you can say I'm a parent or caregiver, I'm an educator, or I'm here for me. For this example, we'll just say I'm here for me. So click that. And I want help with, and then you select certain behaviors. So maybe there's so many. We'll click stress and anxiety, focus and attention, hyperactivity, and following instructions. Let's just say this is my customized experience. In regards to learning, I want help with math. Your girl is not good at math. Seeing what kind of school supports are there, and we'll just keep 2 for this section. But you can click as many as or as little as you want for this. Oh, I do that one, school sports. And then the strategies and tips. Maybe I need help with staying organized. And maybe I need, there's 2, strategies and tips, staying organized, and let's say I want to see some personal stories. Okay, you click see my resources, and it loads and shows you a customized experience based off of the things that you said that you were looking for, the things that you said you're needing help with. Like I said, whether it's for you specifically, or for your child, or for your student if you're an educator. Over here, it talks about how you're matched with 2 experts. I believe they have an app where you're able to talk with people. I don't know much about the app, so I'm not sure how that would work. But if anybody does, try that out. Let me know how it goes. I'd love to know. So, for example, it gives me an article talking about everyday challenges for people who struggle with executive dysfunction. It gives me a couple other articles that I can read. It talks about the topics that I'm following. So there's some more articles that you can read. And this website would not be accessible if it did not give you more options, but it does. You can watch certain things. For example, this one talks about 10 tips for staying focused when learning from home. Sometimes you're in a situation where you have to do that, and it gives you some great stuff there. Of course, there's arrows you can watch more. Same for reading. And then you can also listen, and it links you to podcast episodes based off of things that may be helpful for you. For example, this one's talking about math dyslexia, which is dyscalculia, if it's kind of just math and numbers. And this person's experience about being a chef and a business owner, and how they were able to, pursue that and live life. And then you can explore more topics as well. Maybe you want stuff specifically on avoiding procrastinating, maybe parenting a child with a disability, different things like that. And you can go back, you can change your settings, and you can select whatever you need for your child, or for you, or for your student. This is an absolutely amazing website. You can also type in up here at the top. You can say, for example, I am having trouble focusing or something, and it will be able to give you some options, both reading or all the options, whether it's reading an article, watching a video, or listening to a podcast. So this is definitely one to check out, understood.org. All right, so this next website is specifically helpful for people looking for accommodations within a job. or at work. So whether it's you trying to figure out what kind of accommodations you need, or an employer, this is an absolutely exceptional website. So let's get into it. You can click on things specifically for employers, for individuals. They have information about the ADA or the Americans with Disabilities Act. If you are wanting to learn more information about that and you're in America. Now here, I don't know if the drop menus are going to show because I've screen recorded this before and it did not, but you can select your category between disabilities, limitations, topics, work-related functions, and accommodations. So for the first point, maybe you know you have a disability and you don't know what type of accommodations there can be, you can click on that. So we'll click on disabilities. And then from here, like I said, you probably won't be able to see it with the drop down menu, but there is a whole heap of, this is the best way to say it, a whole heap of disabilities, from things like Addington's disease, anxiety disorders, ADHD, autism, body odor, which I mean, I think there's some things in here that they include that might be like side effects of medications that you may take, brain injury, color blindness, deafness, depression, fetal alcohol syndrome, Ehlers-Danlos. Like it's non-ending list. Definitely go check it out. They even have pregnancy on here. Let's talk about post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, let's just say that's your disability. Trying to figure out how to navigate that at work. So on the page, it tells you more about it. Specifically, of course, this is great if you're an employer and you're trying to figure out something, or your employer doesn't know much about that condition. It talks about how it is connected to the Americans with Disabilities Act, and then it talks about accommodating. Here's some questions to consider. It gives you a list about what maybe limitations that the person's experiencing, how they affect their job performance, if accommodations are in place, would it be useful to meet with the employee to evaluate the effectiveness of it, which I always think it does. Now here we have our accommodation ideas. It literally gives you a list of ideas. We have things by attentiveness and concentration, and you click there and it gives you examples of things you can use. So let's just say the person has attentiveness and concentration difficulties. It talks about alerting devices, applications, like for memory, calendars and planners, cubicle doors, noise canceling headset, all kinds of stuff, timers and watches, task separation, and that's just under the attentiveness and concentration section. So if you wanted to go down to memory loss, there's other things that pop up for that. Some of them are similar, some of them are kind of cross issues, but like there, maybe you have a support person with you, recorded directives or messages, which is so important for so many people. Because sometimes people say stuff and it's in one ear, and you say, "I want to hold on to it," and it goes out the other. Maybe stress intolerance. It talks about some things here, such as a flexible schedule, marginal functions, supervisory methods that the person can use, support animal, support person. It gives you a list of ideas, which I absolutely love. And then there's also this by the work related function. Maybe it's the noise that's getting to somebody. It talks about things like noise canceling headsets, fans, all kinds of stuff. And then this part I love. If you go down here, it gives you situations and solutions. So, for example, a postal employee with PTSD requested accommodations to help him deal with recurring flashbacks. And it talks more about what his flashbacks were triggered by, what he's tried to do, and the Job Accommodation Network, or this website, suggested a position transfer as an accommodation for this particular situation. It suggested allowing this employee to take a break when he experiences extreme anxiety, which if your employer does not, how do they expect for you to function and work and get the job done, quote unquote? Talks about allowing him that space to use relaxation and visualization techniques. There's a couple other examples as well. As you can see, there's 6 dots down here, which means there's 6 different pages of examples, and there's all kinds of stuff. And that's all of this information is modified and customized depending on the disability. Like, there are so many different um, situations that you could use this for. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Another great thing about this is if you go under the limitations, which I've already selected one, like I said, the drop down menu doesn't show on a screen share, but it's a whole long list of stuff. And let's just say maybe you don't know specifically the disability that you have, or it's just something else that's not specifically related to a disability that you're dealing with, or maybe it's a side effect of a medication that you're taking because of your disability. It gives you some examples. So I selected dizziness for this one. This could be because of um, a disability itself, or it could be a side effect of medication. So if you go to limitations and you select whatever your potential limitation was, there's stuff like grasping, bending, lifting, low vision, all kinds of things. But for dizziness, it talks about what it is and it gives you some solutions, which I absolutely love. So, for example, let's just say the person's dizzy and they have, I don't know, let me see, there's all kinds of stuff. There's fall protection. You click on that and it shows you some potential products that may be helpful for that person. Um, so that, you're not necessarily, if you are the person with dizziness, you're not having to worry about continuously getting hurt if you do happen to fall. And if you're the employer, trying to make sure that it's a safe space for your, employee. It's a whole list of different things that you can use, like a light gate strappable harness, strapping it to something while you're working, all kinds of stuff. Flexible schedule is an option. Padded edging, it gives you some examples of some padded edging, which is very important. Protective eyewear, that's obviously super important. Scooters, all kinds of stuff. And it gives you literally a list of solutions, which I absolutely love. Um, if you go back down at the bottom, there's also, you can select on accommodations themselves. And of course, this gives you a whole long list as well. And it talks about, let's just say, alternative format or chemical/fragrance free zone. Actually, I think I'll do that because your girl has asthma. So I've definitely experienced the chemicals getting on my nerves or something activating my asthma. So this talks about what it may look like, and it gives you, it says, for employers who are interested in this option, here are some things to consider. And when you highlight something, it gives you the option to listen to it, uh, look it up in the dictionary, or translate it, which just shows the accessibility of this website, which I love. So it talks about making a large area, an area large enough for multiple employees to use it, talking about checking the ventilation, providing air cleaners or purifiers, designating an area as a chemical free or fragrance free zone. This gives you a whole list. All these bullet points are examples and ideas. And it talks about some other issues that may need to be addressed and gives you some more information on that, which I absolutely love. And I mean, I have not even gone full in depth with this whole website, but if you wanted to, you can look more at different things like the ADA library and different things that talks about. If you're in America and are able to use that, there's an A to Z list that you can use on the disability, the limitation. Well, this kind of shows you what was in the drop down menu. All kinds of things for limitations, work related function, everything. Like, you can literally just go A to Z if you have multiple things and just look through and find what you need. It's an amazing website for uh, looking for potential accommodations for you at work, or as an employer for your employee at work, or as a friend. Maybe you have a friend that has a disability and has been venting their issues that they've experienced with their disability at work, and you're like, hey, I found this website. I found this. This might be helpful for you. So this is an amazing resource. Both of those websites also have YouTube channels that you can watch. For understood.org, they have some of the videos that they've also recommended on the website. And for askjan.org, the Job Accommodation Network, they have videos, some web series, some training videos as well when it comes to accommodations for work. So I hope this was really helpful for you guys. Please like and comment. I love to see what you guys got out of this. I love to see your input. And please share with a friend, share with an educator. Because like I said, these are two amazing resources, and it's definitely something that somebody can use. So feel free to share to help make the world just a little bit brighter. Thanks, guys. Bye. Shine bright.